Good God, oh fucking mighty. What the fuck did I just watch? You know, I watched it mostly for my subs to entertain. I knew it was gonna suck. I talked about it earlier, how it was gonna suck. But I never thought it was gonna suck this much. You know, it's like you set your expectations so low, you're basically stepping on them. You know, and somehow I don't know, they end up subterranean. They're below even ground level. My expectations for this show, the results sucked. Everything was fucking horrible. You know, here and there, a couple of decent things, but for the most part, it was pretty fucking bad. Let's get right to it. The Shield and the Real Americans defeated Rey Mysterio, the Usos, Goldust, and Cody Rhodes. Right off the bat, the fact that the Usos are on this fucking card makes it a shit-ass show. As I said time and time again, jobbers. They don't have any presence. I've said it in the past. You know, they were a little bit exciting in this match, but they shouldn't be anywhere near a pay-per-view. They shouldn't be on the main roster. They're not good enough. Just because they do a couple of diving moves, they have no charisma, cheesy-ass face paint, ugly-ass tights, you name it. The Shield, Dean Ambrose, I talked about it earlier this year. This guy's got all the charisma in the world. He could possibly in the future be a big fucking star. He jobs out in the first minute of this match, a distraction, and he gets rolled up like he's a piece of shit. Now, okay, so for the most part, this was a good match. There was some good wrestling in here, but there was some cheap-ass, you know, pins in here, roll-ups, Dean Ambrose getting eliminated way too easy, but for the most part, it was pretty much a quality match, you know. I could complain, but there was some quality wrestling, and, you know, for the most part, it was pretty enjoyable. I was never really bored during this match, so I got to go ahead and give it 3 stars. A pretty decent match. They tried, and, you know, they made Roman Reigns look like a star in this match. He speared just about everybody. I think he pinned 4 guys, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I think he pinned 4 guys, and, you know, he got the last fall. He was the last man standing. And, you know, the way how he got them with a spear, he didn't beat them in any cheap way. Every fucking pinfall he got was clean. Now, I think that should have been coming from Dean Ambrose, but I realize he doesn't have the whole monster strength gimmick. So I guess it worked for Roman Reigns, but, you know, the wrong guy is, you know, getting the rub here, as they would say. It really should be Dean Ambrose. But a good match. The homie could have won on the fucking card. Big E Langston defeats Curtis Axel. Piece of shit fucking match. You can't wrestle chants were directed at Curtis Axel. They should be directed at Big E Langston, but what the fuck ever, you know. JBL is saying his commentary line that, you know, Big E's got that rare combination of strength and speed. You know how fucking long he's been using that fucking line? Big E Langston's a boring piece of shit. And they, you know, and I noticed that they got Michael Cole saying, "Hey JBL, talk about the importance of this title, you know, because it's a piece of shit and everything." Yeah, you know, this thing's a piece of shit. When Stone Cold threw it off the fucking bridge, he was right. Someone else should go and take this fucking belt and throw it off a fucking bridge. Throw it out a fucking window. Throw it off any type of place, you know, because this piece of shit belt is just a fucking, you know, waste of space. It's a fucking waste of precious metals. I don't understand why they even continue with this belt. You know, years ago, when they unified the belt, I got upset. I thought it was a stupid idea. You know, now it would actually be a good idea. There's no reason to have that belt. It's just a fucking waste of time and a piece of shit belt that don't mean anything. And a really shitty ass match. Holy fuck. This was a TV match at best, not even good enough to be on TV. House show material. The Total Divas beat the Real Divas a half of a star. Some decent things here and there. The most talented diva actually seems like Naomi. She's got some decent little moves in there, I gotta say. Split-legged moonsault looked okay. A couple of decent looking moves here and there. But for the most part, you know, it didn't really amount to much. Then when Tamina Snuka got in there, it got really fucking boring. It just didn't need to be there. You know, you don't have to have a Divas match, especially when no one gives a shit about the Divas division. Natalya ends up winning at the end, and it really doesn't mean fucking shit. It's kind of like they had to, because Bret Hart was watching on, you know, or he probably would have gave Vince McMahon another black eye if he didn't let Natalya go over. Then it's Rick Ross defeated Goldberg. Yeah, you know, Mark Henry's music hit, but Rick Ross came out. You know, I was so happy to see this rapper, you know, this big popular rapper. They finally got a big celebrity to come on their show, not Florida Georgia Line or some other fucking, you know, Z-lister. Rick Ross, motherfuckers, the boss was in the house. You know, he was looking fucking fatter than ever. He was coming down to the ring, and, you know, it's great to see Rick Ross. And, you know, Goldberg, he looks a little bit different, but, you know, Goldberg was there, and it was a boring fucking piece of shit. You know, in all seriousness, this was just stupid. Mark Henry looking like a fucking goofball. The crowd was making fun of him. That's Rick Ross. A chant went up. It was funny. It was funny for the chant, but the fact that he came, shaved his head, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Should have just stuck with his old look. And Ryback just boring everybody. Takes another loss. Mark Henry with the worst crossbody ever seen in my life. Of course, you know, the commentators have to put it over like it's the best thing they ever seen. But it was certainly one of the worst fucking things I ever seen. What a terrible fucking crossbody. I've never seen anything like this done in my life in such a shitty fashion. Should have never even attempted that move. Now we can look forward to more boring-ass Mark Henry matches. I'm so excited, guys. I give this match a dud. It was boring and stupid, and the fact that Mark Henry came back again, you know, it's not even appealing anymore. How many times is this motherfucker supposed to return? And John Cena defeated Alberto Del Rio. John Cena attempts to be a cruiserweight with a tornado DDT. Same fucking moves, a weak-ass looking STF. Same FU finish. Same boring-ass Alberto Del Rio. He was working the arm, guys. It was really fucking boring. Some people might say, this was great psychology. He worked the arm. I'll say it was a pretty fucking boring John Cena match. Very fucking cookie cutter John Cena match right here. Just a tornado DDT. Some weird ass looking neck breaker. Everything else was the fucking same. You know, here and there were some things that looked decent, but I've basically seen this match before. It was just boring me to tears. I'm not going to keep on rating these John Cena matches, you know, a high rating when it's basically a repeat the same time over and over. I'm giving this match 1 star. A predictable finish. You know, a very predictable result. You never thought that Del Rio stood a chance in this match. So what the fuck is the point? You know, you could say some of the wrestling was okay, but for the most part, it was pretty fucking boring and it was predictable. I am sick to fucking death to John Cena. Every match is the same. You know, they try to, the commentators are still, oh, everybody's on their feet for Cena, but not a single person is. You got a couple of little kids and a couple of fucking retarded adults standing on their, on their feet. Somehow, these adults, they're fucking stupid. They're moronic. They've actually figured how to stand up. I'm very impressed with this. If they know how to walk too, put one foot in front of the other, then I'll be, equally impressed with that. Based on their mentality, I'd be impressed with these fucking morons. If you're a John Cena fan, nowadays I feel very fucking sorry for you. You have the mind of a child. You're a fucking Pee Wee Herman. I mean, to love, to like, or even think that Cena is decent. That is just an attitude that I don't want to talk to a person like that. I don't want to even acknowledge a person like that's existence. Let's just agree that this man is horrible, he sucks, and he's a poison for the company. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk defeat the Wyatts. What a boring fucking match. What a fucking boring ass match. The crowd chants, "This is awesome," because you had one decent move, a power bomb from the top rope. That was it. The rest was bear hugs, chin locks, all sorts of fucking rest holds from the Wyatts. People tout these guys as, the future. A lot of people on the internet are big fans of the Wyatts. I was the first one to say that these guys weren't going to be anything special, and I was absolutely right. Husky Harris and his band of indie misfits are not, anything to write home about at all. It's a boring fucking faction. It's a team they're not even really wrestling that great. Boring rest holds, nothing appealing. They're supposed to be weird, scary. I'm not scared. I'm not weirded out. I'm just bored. Okay, just bored. And Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in this environment, in this type of match, in this type of situation, it's just a waste. It's just an insult. Daniel Bryan, it's hard to say. I know I said it time and time again that he's my favorite wrestler, and CM Punk was also my second favorite. But the thing is, it's very, very hard to say these guys are my favorites when they're just booked in shitty fucking matches. How can I continue to be a fan of these guys and say Daniel Bryan's my favorite when he looks so fucking pathetic? Because the thing is, it's just an entertainment show. And, they make, the characters, because that's all they are, just characters. Just get the shit beat out of them, making them look pathetic, then that's it. Okay, so they won, but what does that really do for them? Of course they should win this match. They're both former world champions, so of course they should win. But really, what does booking them in a match like this and them winning, what does that do for them? How can these be favorites? The crowd is still going crazy for them. But then again, a lot of fans nowadays are fucking retards because they put up with this fucking bullshit. I wouldn't have paid to see this show, and you couldn't pay me to watch it again. I'm very sorry I even watched it in the first place. A couple of decent things here and there, but also the same old shit from Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. There's nothing new here. They didn't look very motivated here at all. It was just boring. It was just an insult to Daniel Bryan and CM Punk to be put on a show, and this is not even worthy of being on TV because they should be main eventing on TV as well. Then it's the main event. At least John Cena wasn't in the main event, guys. Right? Positivity. Fuck that positivity. Randy Orton defeats the Big Show in one of the biggest piece of shit main events I ever seen. I called it right there. I called it right there on the spot. It was a fucking shitty piece of fucking shit. It was a fucking bad match. Holy fuck, I never thought that it would be this bad, though. We knew how bad it would be from it being on TV, but this was just horrible. Horrible fucking wrestling. and we've seen every single spot that's happened in this match because we've already seen it 80 times before. So here's how it goes. Big Show's just about to pin Randy Orton. Triple H comes out. A little simple distraction, nothing else, just him standing, you know, on the entrance ramp. And Big Show just gets hit with the RKO, and that's it. That's how it ends. Excuse me, not the RKO, gets hit with the punt, and that was it. He hit him with the RKO before, but he hit him with the punt at the end. He hit him with the punt because the punt, despite what people were saying, he hit Big Show. He did hit him. He didn't miss him. He did, tap him with his fucking toes. I carefully watch it because I read the results, sadly, before I watch the show, but I don't really give a shit nowadays if I got spoilers or not. He hit him basically with his fucking pinky toe like a fucking fairy. That's what he did. He just barely tapped him, and that was good enough for the pin. Then at the end, John Cena comes out, holds the belts up, and, there's hints of a unification match. Doesn't really matter at this point. I was saying that back when, Punk or at least The Rock was a champion. I complained about The Rock, but at least that was better than Cena or fucking Randy Orton. Holy fucking shit. If we have to watch another one of these Randy Orton, excuse me, I'm not going to be watching any more pay-per-views. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. I'm not going to be able to watch TLC, I don't think. Unless there's some big, impressive match that I really, really am dying to see. I don't think I'll be fucking watching that fucking show at all. This was a horrible fucking show. And this, I already said in the previous video, this match is going to be a WrestleMania main event, folks. Randy Orton, John Cena for the 156th time. Aren't you guys excited? Yeah, this is great wrestling, guys. I'm so excited for Mania. What a great pay-per-view. What a piece of fucking shit. I've never seen such a horrible-ass pay-per-view in my life with such a, I knew it was going to be a shitty main event, but holy fuck, did they really, really make sure that they made it really shitty. The best wrestlers on the fucking card, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, they're fighting jobbers, indie jobbers that, some people care about on the internet, but most people don't. Wyatts are a disappointment. These guys should be holding the world titles, not Randy Orton and John Cena, champions from 10 years ago. I have had it up to here with this fucking wrestling. I know I've said it time and time again, but holy fucking shit, I don't know why the fuck I keep coming back for more. It's mostly for my subs on here. I love to entertain and do these videos, but it is very hard to watch these shows. It is very hard to sit through them, especially Survivor Series. It's, oh my God, for what was once, a big-ass pay-per-view that was just, had these big main events, classic moments, Stone Cold getting hit by the car and shit like that. All these big moments. And now it's just a big fucking piece of shit. It's home to Randy Orton and Big Show. All right. This pay-per-view gets, I just remember when I was ranting, I think I forgot to rate the CM Punk match. I gave that 1 star. I don't know if I rated it or not. I just think that I don't think that I did, but I gave that match 1 star. But the whole pay-per-view all together, I gotta give it a 2 out of 10, and that's all in seriousness. I liked the opener, truthfully. I liked it. I did give it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. It was around 3 stars, give or take a quarter of a star, whatever. If that's not completely accurate, if I change my mind or something. But this fucking show was a 2 out of 10 because everything else was a fucking piece of shit. Alright, show sucked. It was horrible. May have been the worst pay-per-view I ever saw. Okay, so that's it.